Alright, hello, what's up? It's Gokuma. Welcome to the channel. And today gonna be continuing to play Pokemon Trading Card Game 2. I don't know how long, like how much more I have left of the game, but I'm gonna assume like I probably have like a whole other half to this game. So if that's the case, I'm definitely not finishing it today, but maybe I can, if I play enough today and play enough tomorrow, I'll be able to finish it. I was hoping to be done with it by now, but I haven't streamed in the last few days. So so to go over what's been going on the last few days, I think last time I streamed, I believe was Thursday. Um, and then originally Friday, coming up to that Friday, I wasn't supposed to have like any plans. But actually, wait, no, for that Friday, we were supposed to have plans because this is what ended up happening. So originally Friday, I was very much supposed to have plans, which I did, but the plans had to be altered. Reason for that was because Villainous and I were always had plans to see the newest Avatar movie, and we always see these movies in like 4DX 3D. Um, if you don't know what that is, that's where it's in 3D, but it's also in the 4D seats. So like they move around and stuff with the action. And we've done this for all the movies, including the first one. When re-released, they briefly re-released the first movie in preparation for the second movie coming out. And we we went to go see that. That one was at least a lot easier because I think with that one we just had to go to like Nagasaki City, and there wasn't a problem. But ever since that, we've had to go to Fukuoka to see the movie. The first time we went, it wasn't so bad because, or I mean, I went to go see the second movie at Fukuoka. Like it wasn't so bad because we could make a day trip out of it. Like we had time to go drive there, get there, watch the movie, and then drive back. Um, but this time around, we couldn't. Well, we could have, but it wouldn't have been the best of circumstances. So what ended up happening was I checked the movie times, and they were going to show the newest Avatar movie in 4D 3D at 8 in the morning, or like 8:30 in the morning. So for us to day trip this, um, I mean basically like I would probably have to like pick her up at like 5 in the morning, actually, or if we took tolls, I'd probably have to pick her up like 6 in the morning, and then we just go. Like we don't stop. Like we just fucking go until we get there, hopefully around 8 in the morning. So and then um, which means like I would have to leave earlier. Like I'd probably have to leave around like 5. And then to make things easier for transport, like she could take a train down um to meet me, a bit closer into the city, but like times are like kind of whack and stuff, and yeah. So instead we made a decision to be like, well, actually, like, so Villainous was like, she goes, okay, so how do you feel about seeing the movie on Saturday, but staying the night at Fukuoka? And I was like, all right, I mean, if you can find a place cheap enough, because um, I I already spent a lot of money because I was off. Um, I've been off for like almost 2 weeks. So I've kind of spent a lot of money like going out and doing shit. And this was an expense I was not prepared for. And so I was like, yeah, as long as you can find like a cheap enough place. And then she was like, what's your budget? And I'm like, probably same as yours. So she's like, damn. um but she did manage to find a really really decent place, like a decent hotel. um I don't know, which feels like, does it feel more like an apartment? It kind of feels more like maybe at one point this was an apartment building, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. It's very hard to tell sometimes with a lot of these Japanese hotels. But anyways, but yeah, she ended up finding like a really decent place to stay at. It was a hotel. Um basically it was like your bare bones hotel, but it did look really nice. Like the room itself like looked really nice. Had a sofa, had a, like, in front of the big screen TV. And then it also had like two beds. And it was at a really good price. And it was not a very far. I think it was like maybe it was like a 20-minute walk to get to the theater, which is fine because 20 minutes is walking is really nothing. And it's winter, so it's not like you're gonna get hot or anything. So we so yeah, so we ended up getting that hotel room. Um so what we did was, we took the drive there, like, I think Friday, like very early afternoon. um start heading towards Fukuoka. And the good thing is that we didn't have to spend any extra money on tolls. We didn't have to um like be in a rush. Like, we got to go take our time, like make a couple stops if we needed to, things like that. So then, and then we made it to Fukuoka, um after some confusion with the um checking into the hotel, because it's like a whole like automated thing. Like, even though they do have someone on standby to confirm everything, but it's like initially it's like everything um is automated. And we never got like the number to the to to the entrance to like actually walk into the fucking place. um but anyways, but after we got through all of that, um we went to Hakata Station, um because there's like there's like a mall and stuff like around there. So went, checked out the Pokemon Center that's there. It's been open for like a few months now. Um what else? Maybe checked out a couple other stores. Mostly it was that one. And then oh yeah, yeah, there was a secondhand store we checked out. And then we got dinner. So that was good. and from there, we just went back to the hotel, and we called it an early night because we had to be up early so we can shower, get dressed, and go to like this fucking 8:30 showing of the movie. So morning comes, we get up, get ready, you know, pack up, check out of the hotel, drop stuff off in my car, and we go. And also, I do want to add, like, I'm glad that I'm a driver and I drove my car because, um, otherwise we would have had to, I don't know, figure out like other means to leave our luggage somewhere because, um, at business hotels, if you and this has happened to me like a lot, and I do this like almost all the time, where if I stay there and the day that I check out, like let's say like, I'm not going to leave until later. Um, but I want to like walk around and do shit in the area for a bit before like I have to leave. If you ask them like, if you could leave your luggage and stuff, like they're cool with that. Like they'll let you do that. But here, like we had no option. We had no choice. Like there's no one to talk to, so there's no one to leave it with. Um, and there's no thing or whatever to put your luggage in. Maybe there was, um but I didn't notice. Because there was one automated hotel place that I did once stay at, and they did have like storage, like behind the hotel that you could put it, they could put it in at. And you have a lock, and you're told like the combination of the lock, um and fortunately, like that hasn't really been an issue or anything. Like no one has fucked with that. But um I think that's how, I don't know, I don't remember how the security worked, but I don't know, but I remember it being, it being fine and secure with our luggage and stuff in there. um so anyways, but yeah, so because I remember like Villainous asked me like if I still wanted to drive, or I think she was gonna suggest we take the train. And I don't know, like I'm against this for a few reasons, like because even if I lived in the city like she does, um for one thing, I have to get my ass over there anyways. I have to get my ass over there, and that means that regardless, I'm gonna have to drive and park my car somewhere. It's like for all that, it's like might as well just drive and park my car up there. Alternatively, I could just get a ride from someone, but then it's like I would have to ask someone for a ride, and then the next day they would have to pick me up. Um, but also because with the train ride, it's like once you're in the train, you're in the train. Like you're there for you know you're there for a while. So if you need to like if you need food or want to stop anywhere on the way, like you can't. With driving, you can. And also the cool thing about, I think, with driving is that it's just um you and or whoever in a car, and you can listen to like music and do whatever. I think the one bad thing with in Villainous's case is that she does get travel sickness. So she can't do things like maybe read or play video games like maybe she could in a train. If she can do that in a train. She might be able to do that in a train. I don't know. But she definitely can in a moving car. But again, like I said, it's like at least like, we can go, we can take our time, we don't have to be in a rush, we can stop by anywhere, anytime, we need to eat or use the bathroom. It's like no problem just stopping at a convenience. Um and then um and then also the good thing with bringing my car was that once we checked out of this place, because there was no place to leave our luggage at, so it was a good thing that my car was there, because then we could just chuck stuff back into my car and then call it a day. As opposed to like, you know we would have to we would probably have to go, I don't know, find like one of those areas or stations or something that has lockers that lets you put like, your stuff in there. But usually like that stuff is like in or around stations somewhere. Maybe if we looked around, um, we could find something. I'm sure I'm sure there has to be, but otherwise, yeah. So I mean, sure, it's cool like not having to, you know, because of course the one difficult thing about driving a car is, especially when it's just you, is that you're the one sitting in that car for like hours and you're kind of like confined. It's not like being a passenger in a car. Like I could be a passenger in a car and be in the car for like quite a bit longer than when I'm a driver, because when you're a passenger, you can lounge, you can like, you know, reposition yourself in multiple ways to like get yourself to be comfortable. When you're a driver, like you can't. That's not an option. Like there's nothing you can do because you're fucking driving. There's only one way to like position your body when you're driving, and you got to like sit up straight. And yeah, so when I'm a driver, usually I can last about an hour and a half driving straight without having to like stop and like stop somewhere, step out of the car, like stretch a bit, whatever. Usually like this is the if I especially if I stop at a convenience, it's like this is time where it's like I'll go smoke or and probably also use the bathroom and maybe get a snack. So that's like 10 minutes I'm like standing and walking around. And after that, I'm fine. I'm okay. I can drive like about another hour and a half or so. When I'm a passenger, like I'm fine. I can sit in the car a lot longer because um, I'm a I'm a passenger. Like I can like just reposition and shift my body to get it comfortable for me to sit. But when you're a driver, it's like nah, there's nothing you can really do. And I try to when I'm a driver, like I try to make that stop anyways, because um there have been times in the past where like I'll drive the whole trip home, like maybe 2.5, 3 hours, like something. Um, and then all of a sudden, like I don't feel it while I'm driving. But all of a sudden, it's like my back just starts bugging me. By the time I do stop and I get up and whatever, it's like all of a sudden, um, my back is bugging me. So I purposely try to avoid that. Like even if I'm driving and like I'm feeling fine, like I still try to avoid it. Um, let's see. So, anyways, yeah. So we went to go. So I went to go see the movie. It was like it was pretty long. It was like the movie started at 8:30. Of course, there was like a bunch of trailers and stuff. Um, and the movie came on. It didn't finish until like I think about 12. Like the entirety of the movie finished between the movie and the credits and stuff. Um, so yeah, so I think we were out of there until like 12. So before I talk about the rest of the trip, um on so yeah, so with the movie, watching the movie, and okay, so I I'm not I'm not really much of an Avatar fan at all. Um I really didn't like the first movie. Like I didn't care for it. I honestly felt like the first movie was like really fucking boring. Um the the second movie, I felt like it was better, but I still didn't like it. Even if it was a better movie, like I still didn't like it or care for it much. Like Bonus was like, "Oh, like you should watch the second movie because it's been." So I said, "Like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I do not give a shit. Like, I do not give a shit about seeing like the fucking second movie again to prepare for this one. It's only been 2 years. Um, I'm sure the third movie will fill in the gaps for whatever I forgot. And even if it doesn't, who gives a shit? Like I'm not watching the second movie again. No. Um but I did go into the third movie looking actually like kind of looking forward to it. And that's because I don't know, like I remember seeing the trailers for it and it looked like really cool and interesting. And the new villain and her clan like they look really cool, and this is something like completely different from what we've seen in the last couple movies. um so I was definitely interested in the movie, and curious how um a new villain in the clan would play out. So I go into this movie actually like looking forward to it, and honestly like I actually liked the movie. Like I actually liked it. So reason why I mentioned that I was actually looking forward to the movie was it wasn't because like I went into this movie with low expectations, because I had low expectations for the second movie and it didn't fucking matter. Um but the third movie with the trailers and the new villain, like I was like, "Oh, like this actually might be good." Maybe. Like at least like I'm hoping that it's good. It may not be, but I'm hoping that it's good, and I'm like and I'm like actually pretty interested in seeing um like what happens. So I didn't go in with like low expectations. I didn't go in with high expectations either. Um but what I did get was something that I actually enjoyed, that I liked. Um is it a good movie? like in itself, like objectively speaking. Yeah, so about that. If anything, the problem with this movie is that you're kind of watching Avatar for the third time, because so what I mean by that is a lot of stuff that's repeated from the first Avatar movie is repeated in the second movie. And now some of that stuff, not all of it, but quite a chunk of that stuff got repeated for the third movie. The thing that kind of helped change up the formula a bit was having a new villain, a new clan, and new stuff like going on, um, like a different dynamic going on in the story, and you had no like training or like like the main character Jake Sully, like, oh, like now the first movie he had to get used to the way of the forest. Second movie, now he has to get used to the way of the water. In the third movie, no, there wasn't like, oh, he had to get used to, I don't know, the way of the fire or that. No, that was not that sure as shit wasn't a thing. um so so I think because of that, it helped the pacing of the movie a lot more because there was more stuff going on. And so the movie couldn't really stop for too long. Um, like just doing shit like that. Like um, I don't know the term for scenes like that, like what the other Avatar movies had. Um, but those type of scenes overall like kind of really hurt the pacing of the film. Like it really like slowed down the movie. But in this one, the pacing, I guess I don't know, I would say like pacing killers. Like just for I'm sure there's an actual fucking term that I probably forgot because I forgot so much about how to make fucking movies. Um but yeah, but no, but I would call it like pacing killers. Like, and there was a lot of scenes like that in the first and second movie where like there were just scenes where it's like, yeah, it just kind of just completely killed the pacing of the movie where nothing was really happening that helped move the story forward, or at least um at a quick enough pace. But in the third one, no, like pacing was a lot better for it. I think part of the problem, because I always felt like pacing has been an issue for James Cameron for a while in his movies, but I think that's mostly because the only movies he's done after, like, I don't know, True Lies, um have all been like 3 hour plus movies where pacing can be a fucking bitch because they're 3 hour fucking movies. I mean, I don't know if he feels like he needs to make 3 hour fucking movies. He probably, like, in all honesty, I don't think he has to. I'm sure there's a lot. No, I'm not sure. Like, there is stuff he could have cut out or redone to, um, to fit it more into like a shorter movie, make it into more of a movie that's could be at most maybe 2 hours and a half. But even then, that's probably still not really necessary. But at least get it to, around the two hour so mark to help the pacing. Um, but yeah, but I think that's why he's had so many so many issues with um with pacing is because like, and he's never had issues with pacing before, but he's never made, like 4 3-hour movies consecutively. And up until this point, motherfucker had a pacing issue. Even since Titanic, like he kind of still had like a, I feel like there was still like a pacing issue there. I don't know. Like I saw Titanic like once. Um, and the movie is kind of split into two halves. You have the half movie where it's like, I mean, the whole movie is a love story, but you have, just, like building on the love story and I don't know, whatever else, whatever other bullshit going on. And then the other half of the movie is when, like, is Titanic sinking. And of course, that's the most exciting part of the movie. The first half, not so much, and that's mostly because I don't think there's enough going on in the first half. Like you kind of just, for the most part, you just strictly have like this romance story, and um, that's that. Like, yeah, you have some conflict going on within that, but other than that, like, I don't know, you don't really have anything else going on. So to me, it was always kind of boring. And then we get to the Titanic sinking part, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, like, like finally. But um, but yeah, but I think that that's the problem with doing a 3 hour movie. If you're not good at doing 3 hours, or if you just don't have enough stuff going on in those 3 hours, like, you look at, I think, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Infinity War and Endgame were like 3 hours or close to 3 hours, at least like 2 hours and a half plus, or something. And nah, those movies always have something going on. There's a lot going on in those movies, and there's like a lot of like good dialogue and scenes and stuff like that. So, those movies, you know, they they don't really get boring or anything, especially in your first watch. But the other two Avatar movies, like, yeah, nah. But at least with this one, I felt like he got the formula right. Despite the fact that for the most part you're watching the same movie for the third fucking time, but he did get the formula right. He did eh, improve the pacing of the movie, because it did feel like there is more stuff um going on now. So um but yeah, no, overall, like, I did like the movie. The new villain is cool. The and her clan is interesting. Um, I don't know if we'll see her again or anything. But yeah, like some of the big things that is still the same is, like this thing between Korich and Sully. So, it's like that's basically like a lot of it is a repeat from stuff from the second movie. In fact, there's straight up parts that happen in the third movie that straight up happens in the second movie. Like, verbatim. And then mixed with some completely new stuff as well. But yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff that happens in this movie that, like, you've seen happen in the first movie and you've seen happen in the second movie. Um and And of course, just like the other two Avatar movies, the movie ends with a huge Avatar versus RDA battle where, Jake Sully has to convince, or no, I mean, he doesn't have to convince. I think he did that with the last one or something. Or did he do it with this one? No. He had to do that too in this one. So yeah, so where he's like going around like telling people like, "Oh, we got to like, we got to band together and fight the RDA and whatever." And um yeah, so of course the third movie once again ends with a huge fucking battle sequence between um between the RDA and the Navi. Um but yeah, but I don't know. But like I said, I actually liked and enjoyed the movie this time around. Um there hasn't been any official wording on a fourth movie coming out. Um I think because of the expense of these movies, I think Disney doesn't want to like greenlight something before they know for sure that they want it, especially given what's been happening to a lot of their movies lately. um because theatrically Disney has not been doing as great. They've have come out with a lot of big budget movies that have just completely fucking bombed. Just completely bombed. For like reasons. Um, and now they don't want to like greenlight a movie before the previous movie comes out, because if that movie bombed, well, they've already fucking greenlit this movie. They already fucking started shit. Like, they would either have to like cancel it in between or be like, okay, well, fuck it. Like, we're gonna do this movie. It's gonna be the last one, and I don't know. They'll probably like maybe they'll lower its budget or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But or they'll probably lower like its marketing budget or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they'll do. But yeah, they don't want to put themselves in that hole. And especially because like Avatar, these movies are a huge fucking budget. Like these are like fucking incredibly like huge budget movies. Like um I think James Cameron said like he has to make like I and I might be wrong, but I think he said like he has to make 1 billion like just to fucking break even on these movies, which he already did. So I don't know how much more these movies will make, but I think Disney feels like to justify their releasing, they need to do stupid good. Like I think they still need to make like 2 billion plus to still justify making it. Give me one moment. Huh. I don't know. That was a weird message back. No, I was looking at my messages and stuff because like some messages have gone through and I didn't notice. Um, and then I mean, I don't know, probably like means nothing, but um one person in one of the group chats who doesn't live in the city, like lives in an island, was like, oh, if I ever come to the city, will someone drive me? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can drive you. Which is like something I offer like everyone. Especially because there's not really too many of us drivers here. Because like a lot of people who live in the city, they don't really drive. Um, they live in the city. They can use bus and trains, and stuff. Where I live, like, nah, we need a car. We need to drive. But then like she came back in like all caps and was like, I was joking, but much appreciated. And I was like, oh, okay. like, like, yeah, I don't know. Feels like I'm confused. Cause yeah, cause she did in all caps, which again, like could mean nothing. But I know like, this generation of internet peoples, um, I don't know. Sometimes they like mean stuff if they put everything in caps lock. But it's like if she was joking, it was like, uh, where was the joke? Like if she's like, oh, if I ever come to the city, someone drive me, and I don't know. Like I'm not really sure where I'm not really sure where in that like lies the joke. How am I supposed to get that it's a joke? I don't know. So, this could be nothing, could just be like her emphasizing like, oh, this is just a joke. Um, or I don't know. It was or maybe it's just like an overreaction of someone, I don't know. Um, actually like being like, okay, I mean, yeah, I can drive you. But anyways, um, so anyways, yeah, after the movie, um, we we walked around because we were at Canal City Mall, so we walked around there for a bit. We got lunch slash dinner because we went to basically like um a tabehodai kind of place, which means like all you can eat. So we did a, like an all you can eat thing for, about, I don't know, I think it was like an hour and a half or something, and we ate a lot. And then when we were done, we were practically like, I think, ready to go at that point. We did stop at the Gundam store for a bit. Luckily, I didn't buy anything because I was at first trying to avoid going into the Gundam store. And then Villainous, um she was like, "Oh, but it's right here and we came all this way." And I'm like, "Yeah, but if we go in, I'm going to want to spend money and I'm trying not to spend money." And then she just fucking like just goes in and is like, "God damn it." So yeah, so we go in, but luckily, there really wasn't much I can buy anyways because there was some stuff, but it wasn't anything that's like, oh my god, I have to buy you. But majority of the stuff in that store was like gunpla or gunplay, whatever the fuck it's pronounced. The Gundam building shit, and like I don't do that because I don't have the patience for that. I have a fucking Knight Rider car that is still in its fucking box because I have to fucking build it. I do not have the fucking patience to build it. And this fucking Knight Rider, this is from my favorite TV show as a kid and ever. But yeah, I don't have the patience for that shit. So no, I fucking can't. I fucking can't. So yeah, so I'm not gonna go and buy this shit. So yeah, so the good thing is like we got to go check out the store a bit. But yeah, like I didn't have to buy anything, so it wasn't much to worry about. Um, and then on the way back, we stopped by a shrine. Um, what's really funny about Japan when you're in the big city, not even just in the big city, anywhere really, is where you'd be surprised like where they just put shrines at, and where you just and they could be massive shrines, and it's like, oh, like you did not expect that, because like especially like you're in the city, or maybe you're like you're in the middle of nowhere, and like the entrance, like, doesn't really like look like much. So for example, in this one, like you pass by, and it looks like there, like there's just like a fucking gate, right? Like in the middle of the um uh, uh English. I don't know how to fucking describe it. But basically, like where you're walking to, to like get to where we're going to for the movies and stuff. Um, there's just like a little like street that you cross, right? And then there's the gate, and then there's like another street that you cross. So from the outside, it makes it look like, okay, like whatever shrine or whatever's behind that is probably small. Because like the entrance looks kind of small. But then you go in, and there's like this like it's almost like you fucking like went through like a fucking warp gate, or you went, or you're like, or like, I don't know, Doctor Who's fucking uh phone box ship, where it's like you go in, and all of a sudden there's like there's this really like long path, with a much bigger gate there, and you get past that, and that's where like um they have like this big temple, and they have other stuff going on like all around it, and shit like that. So Japan be like that a lot. Not all the time, but sometimes, like, yeah, you just like, oh, here's like some gate, and you go behind, you go past the gate, and it's just all of a sudden like there's just this huge fucking area in there. So, but yeah, but we went there because it's really important, in the first few days after New Year. So the first few days after New Year, people go to they go to these like temples and shrines and stuff. And here, they do prayers, um where they wish or hope for things, like, for good New Year's, stuff like that. Like, and other things that they're trying to do or prepare for. And then also, there's like there might be like other fortune related stuff going on, like someone who um um who like gets bad, tries to get bad luck like away from you. And then there's like fortunes and stuff um that you can get that tells you your luck. And then there's even like specific fortunes that might be available to help you with like certain things or certain things that you need or something. So of course, I mean, like I hit some of that stuff up. It's part of the fun of doing doing these things. But yeah, after some time being in there, yeah, and then we finally like went back to the car, and started our way home. And I think honestly, like, we didn't even make a stop because my dumbass, um when there was a stop that I could have made, like I should have, because I forgot that we were gonna go down like this really long road, where there'd be no other place to stop. And and I really should have stopped when I could have, like, I could have stopped, like we could have like used the bathroom, got a snack, I could have definitely smoked. And nah, instead what ended up happening was I practically drove the whole way back, only stopping when we were just like a few minutes away, just so we can go to the store, because at that point, like, I really needed to use the bathroom and I really needed to smoke. And if I took Villainous to drop her off, like, I wouldn't get that chance. um so yeah, other than that, dropped Villainous off at home, came back home, and at the time, like, it was late. It wasn't even that late. Like, I think, honestly, like, I think I went to bed around 10, or a little bit. I think I went to bed a little bit before that, but then I fell asleep like around 10, and I shit you not, I was asleep for 12 hours. That never fucking happens. Like, I'm lucky if I could even get fucking 7 hours of sleep, which happens, let alone like get anything more than that, though. And then to get a whole 12 hours of sleep, like, the last time that I did that was like years ago, when I was like, years ago. And it was because like I was like sick, and it was like days straight of like not getting enough sleep, and to the point where it's like I felt ill and I just slept. Um so yeah, so I definitely couldn't stream on Sunday because that was going to be dependent on if Villainous and I, like, we watched the movie, get lunch, and then leave. And that wasn't quite like that. Like, we walked around for a bit, then we got lunch, but lunch was an all you can eat thing, so it wasn't like a quick thing. Um and walked around, then did stuff some more, stopped by at a shrine. So yeah, so then by the time we got home, it's like, yeah, we got home at a decent time, but definitely not early enough to stream. And by then, like, I was fucking tired. Like, I'm definitely not streaming at that point. um so then, um because today's Tuesday, yeah, so then Monday, um or this was, oh no, this was Saturday, my bad. Okay, so yeah, so Friday and Saturday, of course, I couldn't stream because I was busy. um and then Sunday came around. So Sunday, I woke up late in the morning, and then I stayed in bed for like a good chunk of time. I meant to do other stuff, but I just didn't get around to it. I worked out, I did stuff around the house, things like that. And then made dinner, and then I started watching Stranger Things, the final season. And by the time I finished eating dinner, like, I meant to only watch a couple episodes and then call it a night, and then play video games, but no. I just sat there and I just kept I kept on. I practically binge watched until I got to the finale, but by then it was like 1 in the morning. And if I watched the finale, like it wouldn't be done until 3. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop here, go to bed, and yeah. So that's why I didn't stream on Sunday. On Monday, um, basically like same shit. Like I kind of woke, um, I woke up late. I got out of bed late. I did some stuff around the apartment. I worked out. Um, I did laundry, cleaned, washed dishes, um, made dinner, and by the time I finished all that, you know, I went to go watch the Stranger Things finale, and by the time that finished, um, it was already late, so I definitely wasn't streaming. So yeah. So that's why like I was hoping I would have been done with this game by now and then have moved on um to another game, but no, no. We're still on this shit. So I'm hoping to play because I can't play long today because I have plans tonight and I don't think I'm gonna be back early enough to stream again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But the hope is that I can play for a couple hours and then maybe tomorrow, like I can finish the game. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Um, so I want to talk about the Stranger Things finale, but I already had like a lot of talk about with like my trip and with um and talking about the Avatar movie. Hey, Charismatic Canine, what's up, man? How are you doing? Yeah. I'm just getting myself set up here because I'm gonna start playing. I kind of just doing okay. I had like a pretty long weekend because um I went out of town for a couple days. Um and then I've just been busy. Mostly because like all right, so I was out of town for a couple days and then and then I got home and got caught up in taking care of like other stuff and then also I binge watched the final season of Stranger Things. So I haven't been able to stream in like the last few days, which kind of sucks. But you know, it's like it can't really be helped because I've been busy. But now I'm gonna play some Pokemon trading card game too and see how far we get in this. So yeah, because I'm only gonna stream for like a couple hours today because I got plans tonight. Oh damn, yeah, you are quite behind. I mean, the one good thing about Stranger Things is that there isn't like too many crazy amount of episodes like each season. So you know, even So even if you need to catch up, that's fine. That's why, like, I hate when people complain about how, for like TV shows, they're like, oh, like they don't make. My controls not work okay anymore. And I'm trying to skip this screen. Anyways, um, but yeah, no, but people complain about how like TV shows, like, oh, they used to make like 20 episodes and whatever, and blah blah blah, and it was like a lot of that was filler. Oh yeah, I can turn the game down. All right, is that okay? Because yeah, because like sometimes like these really old games, like they're pretty loud. Okay, cool. But yeah, and it's hard to hear that from my end. But so anyways, oh yeah, so people complain about like how shows don't make like 20 episode seasons anymore, but it's like for them to. So first off, they did that because like it's on TV. They have like a television order to fill out because for television they need these shows to last for like most of the year. Because otherwise, if they have to like if they have to greenlit like multiple TV shows, then it's like, what's the point? And then also like these shows, they get a budget, and now that budget has to be like spread out for like 20 episodes, and also, for a lot of these series, like if there's a particular story that they're trying to tell and things like that, it fucks with the pacing because they have to make episodes that slow down the story because not every episode is going to be about whatever the fuck is going on. Um, so with that being said, I remember when shows started doing like the 12 or 13 episodes a season, and the stories came out so much better because now it's like you only have episodes that for the most part like have to tell like the story that's going on, and it makes it so much better. I don't know, I think my controls are, may have to change the controls for. Alright, hold on. So, but anyways, but with Stranger Things, it's like I think each season is only like a few episodes, like maybe 6 to 8 episodes at the most. Now, granted, each episode is about like 45 minutes to an hour, but Okay. Alright, controls are working better now. I had to reconfigure for some reason. I don't know. That happens a lot. Oh yeah, I think I was walking around in each place so I can battle people. I fucked up. I should have waited. I'll be right back. I got some at the door. Alright, I'm back. So, sorry about that. Package was coming in today. Oh, is that what that does? Where do I have this in my deck? Oh, I know why. I thought this was like something else. motherfucker. Okay. The picture of Moltres is kind of funny here. Like, kind of looks like a chicken. Like, just looks like a rubber chicken. just a creepy picture of Hitmonlee. Dude looks like he honks. Wait, not yet. Let me look at my deck real quick. Actually, because I think I could have sworn that there was someone somewhere that wanted to hit Hitmonlee. Let me see if I can find this person real quick. Yeah, wait. Maybe it's the one I have. Oh, okay. Trade a fucking Hitmonlee for fucking Mewtwo. He really wanted that Hitmonlee though. God damn it, I didn't mean to say that. I kept mashing the A button. I remember. What fucking card did I just play? I don't remember. I just be playing shit. Oh, okay. Oh, it was a Pokeball. Okay, alright. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't put any more build cards. And then I got energy, so can't put any more cards. Nope. That's unusual. Motherfucker. Like, I was trying to draw a fucking mantra. That's okay, not that matters anymore. It's like, if it's that urgent, why don't you just give me the fucking booster packs? It's like, I want you to save my friend, and these packs could help you, but first you have to, like, eat me. basically reaching like hell on my Pokemon have like 20 minutes of health. Yeah, this sucks. gameplay is really good. Because fuck you. Oh, you bitch. God damn it. I just have to hope that I get like Macho pretty soon. This is bullshit. Should have been dead by now. Like I can't do shit. I'm a fucking Macho. Or a fucking Arcanine. These last two fights sucked. They sucked really bad. Bro, this sucks. Give me a fucking Macho. That's all I fucking need, is a fucking Macho. And I can end this fucking game in like 3 fucking turns. Bro. Finally, I fucking killed something. Okay, now I'm good to go. Now I can end this shit in a couple more turns. Dude, that fucking fight took forever. Yes, you owe me some fucking booster packs, you bitch. So other places I got Fire Club, Psychic Club, and Rock Club and Lightning Club. Alright, so I possibly have a few. I don't even have to do these fights, like, I'm just doing it, one, for the hell of it, also to unlock more cards, because especially I need better, like, fire and fighting Pokemon. But I really want a fucking Charizard. And anyways. Alright, unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop it here. So I really didn't get to accomplish anything at all, because these fights take a long time. So, I'm probably going to be on this game for a bit longer. I don't know, which is fine. Makes me wish I took the time to play the last couple of days, but you know, just unfortunately, like, I really didn't have time, and I got caught up in doing other stuff. But you know, I think if I at least played a couple hours or so, I probably would have been at Great Rocket Island or whatever. But it's cool. So I don't know, maybe I'll come back on tonight. It depends what time I come home tonight. If I come home at a decent time, then I can stream. Then I might stream for a couple hours or so, and then try to get like a little bit more further. I'll definitely do my best to be on tomorrow, because tomorrow is my last day for my little vacation. So I'll do my best to try to be on sometime tomorrow. I don't know, I'll try not to waste like too much time you know, doing other stuff. So I'll do whatever I need to do tomorrow, and hopefully start streaming at a pretty decent time, and that way I can do more battles here, and then move on to wherever I'm supposed to go next in the game. Likely, I'm probably not going to finish the game tomorrow. On Thursday, I don't have any plans, so I should be able to stream sometime after work. Friday, I don't have any plans either. Honestly, I should not have any plans for the rest of the fucking week. For the rest of the fucking week, I shouldn't have any plans. That could all easily fucking change, because someone could be like, hey, I want to do whatever, and I'm gonna be like, back the fuck off, bitch. I spent way too much on this vacation. Like, I'm not trying to spend any money from here out. Well, especially because also like I'm saving money for Switch 2 that hopefully I'll get next month. Which, oh shit, reminds me. And yeah, so I shouldn't have any plans for the rest of the week. So, and we have a 3-day holiday this coming weekend. So, which is nice because I'm off this week. I come to work. I go back to work on Thursday, and we don't technically, like, I don't have any work. But I go back to work Thursday. Friday, unless my schedule changes, like, it should be like a short day. No, I should save the game too. It should be a short day. So if I finish up my day early, I can start streaming early. And yeah, and then have the 3-day weekend. So hopefully between that, within the next several days, like, I could fucking finish this game, get this game finished and over with, and then I can, like, finally go and fucking start Metal Gear Solid 3. Because that's my plan, is that I want to finish this, get it out of the way, and then fucking finally boot up Metal Gear Solid 3, which is a game that I've had since it came out. Since it fucking came out. I've had that fucking game. And I haven't been able to have the time to play it. But I'm trying to make the time necessary so I can go and play it. I don't know, it's either I play that or I play Mario RPG. Because I've been meaning to fucking play that, and I wanted to start playing it over the holiday weekend, but yeah. That didn't happen because I was too busy playing like the Die Hards. And then I'm playing, I was playing some other Pokemon games and these games. I finished Yoshi's Island the other day, which took fucking forever. Took fucking forever to finish that game. I think I did like a 7-hour stream. And in the game, like, I think I was like on World 5. But, like, I think I was, like, on World 5 too. So I had to do, like, 2 complete worlds to finish that fucking game. And, man, that game took fucking forever. But I did it. So, yeah. I don't know what I'll decide for sure after this. It'll either be to start Mario RPG, which will be the OG Mario RPG, or play Metal Gear Solid. The good thing is that neither of those games take that long to beat. Like, I think both those games, like, can be finished in about 20 hours or so. Maybe not even that much. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I decide. But anyways, alright. So that's gonna be it for me for tonight, or at least maybe for now. Maybe I might be back on later if I get back home at decent time. So, anyways, alright. I guess I'll see you next time. Later. Let me save state just in case. Okay, alright.